We got to get straight to it, though, Wick. It's looking like, we've been keeping tabs on what was going on with old Skip and Shannon, but it looks like Skip done made a play, man, and he done traded Shannon in for Keyshawn, Richard, and everybody else. I mean, that was a blockbuster trade right there to me.
It wasn't a trade. Stop running around spreading rumors and saying that. You
it
know
looked
what I'm
like it was a trade.
It's not a trade. We don't mean you don't went back and forth about this. Shannon was upset that Skip was taking shots at him on the show. He had done it repeatedly. He had a spine. He had pride. Yeah. So he said, "You know what? I'm not taking this no more. I'm out the door. I don't care how much they paying me. Yeah, 6 months left on my contract, but I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna stick it to everybody that's hating on me." That's what he did. As simple as that. Now, I think that on the serious note, this is what I think. As I've been kind of, looking into it, I think that the night, if you go back to the day that Shannon left the show, left Undisputed, right? They had this big old last show, and Shannon was on there crying, and you know what I'm saying, and Skip was on there kind of mad, stone faced, historic, and right after that show, Stephen A. Smith on the Rival Network. Stephen A. Smith, and I'm gonna give you a little backdrop just in case most people out there that kind of know what's going on. But Skip started Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Okay. They had already had beef, a few years back because Stephen A. Smith went on a podcast, not ours, but another podcast, and pretty much took credit for Skip, saying that Skip's first show was. The ratings were in the dump. Skip came to him and said that, this is according to Stephen A. Smith. He said that Skip came to me and said that, hey, I've taken the show as far as I can take it. Pretty much I need you. Bow down at his feet, kiss the ring, you know what I'm saying? And Stephen A. Smith obliged. They did the show, it blew up. Okay. Skip finally leaves, start his own show with Shannon. So now, right after Shannon left, Stephen A. Smith went on his podcast and said that, I'm talking about it wasn't even hours, that I'd love to have Shannon. So I think where all the beef and the confusion start is that, kind of stemmed from that right there. I feel like Skip feels like, hey, man, I started you. I ain't even parted ways with this guy yet. You know the type of, no, seriously, maybe me and him could have repaired it. Maybe, you get, maybe he'll go to, I don't want him to be my competition. At least if he finna go off, I feel like, because people, in the music industry are like that, it's called slick blackballing you. So a lot of labels are, once they blackball you, and trust me, I know, once they blackball you, the rest of the labels pretty much that's in that lane, and they'll blackball you for their particular friend. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you make the phone call, hey, man, this dude left me, man. You know what I'm saying? Beehive, just like me, if I'm at a podcast, one of my co-hosts leave, they trying to go to Beehive, I call you. Yeah. Hey, Beehive, man, don't hang up with him.
See that?
You see what I'm saying? Or it's gonna cause me and you a problem.
Yeah.
Now
so then me and you would have another problem then.
Well, you're a problem.
Because I do what I want. Because imagine you calling and asking me to tap dance for you. I'm not doing that shit. So I would say, guess what? You need to figure that out with the party that you sit over there.
Since you brought it up, yeah, that's what I be calling you to do. For you to do what you do best, tap dance. That's what I would be calling and saying, look, do what you do best.
No.
But I do. But
I don't tap dance for no damn body. Just in case anybody was wondering.
But seriously though, I think that when he called for Shannon that fast, I'm talking about hours later, I think that rubbed Skip the wrong way. So therefore, after Skip landed Richard Sherman, used to play for the Seattle Seahawks.
That's right.
He didn't feel like that was enough. I think that Michael Irving and Keyshawn Johnson, which are two of Stephen A. Smith's best, you know what I'm saying, co-host.
Yeah.
That move the needle. We know what Michael Irvin brings to the table.
Yeah.
Michael Irvin can go out and, you know what I'm saying, backhand 2 or 3 pips. You know what I'm saying? Take your old lady, you know what I'm saying? Cuss everybody out in the midst of it and still come to work the next day and get a raise. You know what I'm saying? We love Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders. I mean, 2 of my favorite, just players of all time.
Players.
You know what I'm saying?
In every sense of the word.
In every sense of the word. So I think that, and Stephen A. Smith said this. He said that when it was over with Shannon and Skip, he said that, I would love to have Shannon here, but not at the expense of Michael Irvin. He said Michael Irvin is one of my best friends. The best also for business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But away from the business, just, one of his best friends. And he Shannon is welcome, but not at the expense of Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin, he made it clear that Michael Irvin was his number 1 guy. Yeah. Now Michael Irvin is going over with Skip. Come on, you don't see the back play on that. I think that Skip once he said, okay, so you want to yell, Shannon? You want to backstab me 5 minutes later after this man on left? Yeah, he's a free agent. Yeah. I get it, but let him go somewhere else. Let him go to the Golf Channel and or boxing or something. You know what I'm saying? We already are this is Biggie and Pop. Yeah. We're undisputed at first take. Let's just call it for what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got a new East Coast, West Coast. You know what I'm saying? We got Biggie and Pop going on in the sports world. In the sports world. I'm like, so I say this. Why don't we this is my recommendation. What? I'm gonna look in the camera and I'm gonna talk to Stephen A. Smith and Skip. Mm-hmm. Why don't we have a pay-per-view where y'all 2 just box it out for the king of podcasts and sports? Me and B already got the king of podcasts and hip-hop. Facts. So y'all box it out. I'll take Skip.
See, now, because ever since you saw Skip tell Shannon to put them glasses on, you knew right then that he had that old man strength. I told you that the whole time. I say, anybody that's crazy enough to tell Shannon Sharp, put your damn glasses back on. Got some old man strength to follow that up with.
No, Skip works out every day, but Shannon, but Stephen A. Smith does too, and he been saying, I think that this is what it's coming to. So I'm calling for, instead of y'all just switching co-host, Michael Irvin and Michael Irvin went over there. Lil Wayne is going over there.
Yeah, that's right.
They said Lil Wayne is going to be in there twice a week. That's going to be with Skip Bayless. Okay. Keyshawn Johnson, as we know.
Well, answer me this. How do you think the 2 shows compare now?
I think switching Michael Irvin and Keyshawn, and then bringing Wayne in once or twice a week, giving it that hip-hop element. Yeah. I think that the hip-hop element was the deciding factor. I think that it didn't really matter. You switched 1 for 2. Okay, if we're going to play the trade game, you traded Shannon Sharp for Keyshawn and Michael Irvin. I think a straight-up trade between Shannon Sharp and Michael Irvin would have been good. Yeah. But you got Keyshawn also. Adding Lil Wayne, and let's not forget about Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman,
he's a bad boy too.
Ain't no sucker now.
Exactly.
I heard him call Skip out one time. He called him everything but a child of God. He went in.
He's gonna show up.
Absolutely. So he's not just, some clown that, by the way, we got this guy. Yeah. So I think that Skip made out the best. Damn. I hate to say it, but I think the Skip, man. Now, unless there's somebody that Stephen A. Smith and Shannon has added that I don't know about it, but ESPN fired everybody.
And see, really, the way Skip done set it up, all Skip got to do is show up for work every day.
Correct.
Because he got all
Sherman. You got Sherman, Keyshawn Johnson. Come on, man. Come on. To add with Michael Irvin.
Wayne.
And Wayne and Wayne did a new song.
Yeah, I heard he got a song for the show too.
So we need to pitch my diss record to you that I did about you to a first take.
Do you want your career to be stalled again? Now, you done been blackballed one time. You want to get blackballed indefinitely? You know what? You need to have a shirt that says blackballed indefinitely.
Indefinitely. Through the galaxy.
In perpetuity.
But, it's interesting. I love it. Like I said, let's go ahead and get the pay-per-view boxing match. Skip Bayless against Stephen A. Smith. You know what? Now, I'm going to let you have Skip because you've always said that Skip got this old man. So I'm riding with Stephen A. Smith.
I'm glad you ride with somebody.
3 rounds. 3 rounds. You know they got to wear the headgear.
They got to wear the headgear. They got to wear the headgear.
They got to wear a big old balloon gloves. You know what I'm saying? They celebrity gloves. They ain't fighting with no, you know what I'm saying?
With no doggone MMA
big old gloves, 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And just see who fall out first, because there's going to be some old legs up in there.
Oh, man, I'm looking forward to see those shows, man. I'm just glad Shannon landed on his feet and everybody at ESPN landed on their feet as well. There's still a few folks out there, but it's looking good right now.
What we're going to do about Jalen Rose, I think that, I'm interested now. I'm looking forward to
basketball season. Jalen's going to probably pop up over there.
But will he go to the other side now? You know what I'm saying? Because they got rid of Rose. Yeah, it's a lot of people that I'm interested in seeing. You know, Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. I mean, I felt like I didn't bring them up the last time. But you want to talk about classic? You want to talk about?
Well, you know what? I just feel like Mark Jackson, folks is always disrespecting Mark Jackson.
The game that he has given us.
He put the Warriors together, and then they snatched him out of there before he could even get his first ring with Steph Curry and the team that he had built. Man.
Right.
Then, the man wants to... Then you got the man announcing the games. I know he had to have been sitting there like, you know what? This is the most disrespectful shit ever. I got to announce the games of a team I done put together I can't even coach.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then you go turn around and then lay him off.
But what are we going to do during the NBA Finals that Mark Jackson and Van Gundy, I mean... Mark Jackson, man, mama, there goes that man. And man, hand down, man down. And so he brought like a New York type black top element to street ball. And that's what his brother was also. You know, his brother passed. Escalade. Yeah. Exactly. So he brought that to the NBA.
Yeah.
And a lot of people... We heard that, and I don't think it's been enough outrage about that. I think we don't give a lot of attention to the Skip and the Stephen A. Smith stuff, but laying off Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy after 15 or 20 years of the NBA, I don't want to hear nobody else call a game. So, but yeah, man, I'm ready for the fight, man. Let's call for the fight.
All right, bring it on. We're going to be looking for that. Y'all hit the comments, though. Do you feel like, you know what, Skip Bayless got the best out of the deal with all of the layoffs and Shannon leaving, or did Stephen A. Smith come up with Shannon coming over there?
Stephen A. and Shannon, they better go. They gotta go. They got a lot of work to do. They're like me and you. Remember, it was just me and you up in here. I've been sweating bullets. The heat was off.
Going crazy.
They got to go crazy.
Yeah, they gonna have to go crazy. They're gonna have to be like the Twin Towers in Houston back in the day. Ralph Sampson and Elijah Wall.
And that's it. You got nothing else around you.
Come on.
Hey. Get me from over here, Stephen A. I want to go to Stephen A.
No, you need to go there with Skip so you can go there with your partner.
I wear a suit. You know what I'm saying? This is my pitch. Save me.
Come and get him, please. Holla at y'all in a minute, man. Hit them comments. We go.
Yes, sir.